Hello everyone. So like the name of the video says that over 1000 Indians, especially from India, have joined in the last 5.5 years my training program, the technical AML KYC training program. So these are the Indians living in India. Last time I made the video or made the statistics after the 56th batch. So there were 999 trainees. So the 57th batch that is starting on 14th of February, there are two Indians have signed up for it. So in the last 5.5 years, I have paid and joined by over 1000 Indians, trusted by the Indians. So I want to especially thank those Indians. I started my training after passing my own AML certification examination. So this guy Ahmed was from Egypt but living in UAE. This guy from Ghana but living in Luxembourg. Julia from Canada. Ali from Australia but Pakistani. Al Kapa from Canada. Hamad was Saudi, living in Saudi Arabia. Floyd was an American. Felipe was a Brazilian living in Ireland. Junaid Pakistani. Nabil was a Pakistani. Pascal Monreal was a Spanish guy, police officer. Servisha was, I think, in somewhere in Latin American country. I forgot. De Silva was a Sri Lankan living in UAE, or maybe Kuwait. I forgot. Summer was a Emirati living in UAE. Max was in America, and so on. So my first trainee from India was Divya. She trusted. She didn't know anyone else to pay for this AML training, and I trained her for one-on-one training, like the same way I train you, all of you, on rule-based exercise and so on. So she joined on, I think, on 12th of February, like it says 12th of February. This was in 2021. I passed my examination in 2020 and then trained these people, and she joined in 2021. Not many people from India were able to trust, because they thought that if paying a Pakistani is a fraud, or they didn't have any means to pay to a Pakistani, or were not willing to trust. So lots of Indians used to inquire, but no one was actually willing to take a risk. So she was the first one. And then there was someone named Aditi, Vikash, Sunita, Varun. All of them, I trained them in one-on-one trainings. So my first batch on group training, because not many people were able to afford to pay for the one-on-one training. First batch had 8 people, and only one was from India, named Abhishek. And he most probably told others that he found the training program helpful. So the next batch that I started next month in July 2021, these were the trainees, only 3 trainees. And then when I was doing batches after, because of the word of mouth, almost 25 or 30% of my trainees who joined the training program were from India. And so since then, so many years have passed, over 1000. And the people who joined from US, UAE, yeah, not from Nigeria, but US, UAE, Canada, UK, Bahrain, Ireland, Australia, Oman, Singapore. Some of them are for Indians as well, the numbers that you're seeing. So you can expect 20, 30, 40% people from these countries also, Indians living. Of course, they are non-resident Indians, so they're living there. And some of them are national, American national, Canadian nationals from India. So they also trusted to join my training program. So the purpose here is to help, to guide people, to help in a way that you can get a job, a better job. It's not just about to crack the examination, because exam these days is costing $3,000 or sometime more as well, depend the country that you're from, and when you add government taxes and so on. So it's just too much of an expensive examination when everyone out there is suffering and trying to uh, pay for their pay for their cost of living, and trying to still find a way to get a better job and improve their salary. If you're gonna think that $3,000 after spending, and you're just looking for a way to just crack the exam through some crash courses or short courses, you're gonna suffer a lot. It's not worth spending so much money and then take a risk of not preparing yourself for um, properly, because the real test is not the exam. The real test is actually the interview, and during the interview, if the interviewer do not find you subject matter expert, they're not gonna offer you any job. They're not even going to invite you for the next round of interview. So that's why I do a very detailed 50 hours of training program, which is covers more than the topic that are provided by the examiner provided study guide. And also I do the CPD training sessions, which is called continuing professional development training session, to help people learn the technical level of things, so that when you apply for a job, you are able to meet job market expectation, and you are actually subject matter expert in AML. You just don't have the piece of paper that says you are AML specialist. You are also you have improved your profile. You just did not spend money and time. You actually have improved your profile. You have learned much more technical things, and you are able to get a better job. And when especially in India, when this competition is too high, too many people applying for very few jobs, so you have to stand out. You have to have some leverage. So I cover technical things that are not covered in the examiner provided study material, but they are expected during the job interview when you apply for jobs, like drafting risk appetite statement, AML model validation, enterprise-wide risk assessments, drafting STR narratives, testing AML tools, policy drafting, QA, table detection runs, and XYZ, horizon scannings, best usage of open source intelligence tools and data protection, AI, and data protection in AML. So they trust Indians and other, been paid by over 90 countries, from 90 different countries. These are the ones that have paid to join my training program. I sometimes offer scholarship for fee, but I do not count them as my trainees who have paid. So paid by over 3,500. Since I passed my own examination, you can find all the details about my background on my LinkedIn profile. The 18,000 followers and over 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube and on LinkedIn are mostly Indians. So they find it useful for their career. They find it useful when they're living in outside of India. Found it useful, and so that they can pass the job interviews and able to get a better job, and then continuing switching jobs, continuing learning, and then sign up for my cryptos training session or sanction training session, and to join my CPDs as well, to learn more technical things, so that they can further improve their career. So thank you for the trust if you are one of those, and thank you for also referring your family, your colleagues as well. um, it was initially difficult, which is totally understandable as well, to pay someone, to someone in Pakistan, and trust someone that this person is not going to fraud, steal your money, will not help you intentionally, or will do bad things or say bad things, or just waste your money. And hopefully you didn't find those 3,500 trainees didn't find it. Over 1,000 Indians out of those from India didn't find it, hopefully. So thank you for the trust, and just wanted to make a video because there was someone who'd sign up for my new batch, 57th batch, yesterday, and I was just just clicked my mind that there have been over 1,000 trainees from India have joined. So thank you for watching. If you have if you're planning, if you want to join the 57th batch, start on 14th of February. I've done 50 batches. On average, they've been joined by 50 more people from different countries on every batch. So they find it useful for their career if they are interested in making career in anti-money laundering or financial crime compliance. So thank you for watching. If you are one of those trainees who are thinking of joining, do contact on WhatsApp, and try to join before 11th of February, because there's a 10% early bird discount. Have a good day. Take care.